Have you ever had a bad experience with something only to hear that someone else raved about how great that same experience was? Same situation, same experience, totally different perspective. That's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome back to the Achieve Your Apex podcast. My name is Chad Hyams, and today I want to talk about something that impacts every goal, every relationship, heck, every decision you're ever going to make. Perspective. So before we get into chapter 19, as we come out of clarity of chapter 18, we're going to talk about that today because two people can walk into the same room, talk to the same person, and walk out with completely different stories. Why? Because no two people see things the exact same way. And if you're not seeing them clearly, you won't be able to make great decisions. You'll never reach that apex. And that's what we're going to work on. Let me tell you a story I've had in me for years. When I was a kid, my parents took me to a dentist, as all of your parents hopefully did for you. My dentist was 4 feet tall. He was a little mean, angry man, is how I saw my dentist. He would check you out as soon as you walked in, and he would look at your teeth. And if one was loose, he didn't do anything about it except grab his pliers or maybe his fingers and yank the tooth out. Oh, the pain that would come from that moment. I remember sitting in a chair once, having a cavity filled. He was drilling and drilling and drilling, got called away for some other patient, came back a few minutes later, started drilling again, and I could feel everything. The Novocaine had worn off, or whatever shot they're giving you to help you. And he said, "Quiet down, we're almost done," and just finished what he had to do through extreme pain. He put braces on me that he would tighten, and he was just mean. I had that dentist. If you had that dentist, let me know. I had that dentist. I'll keep his name out of this conversation. Now, flash forward many years, because I had this dentist in my teens is when I remember. It was probably even before that. And now I'm a little older than that. And here I was a few weeks ago. And I was talking to someone who went to the same high school that I did, who happened to be in Florida where I was. And while we were connecting, we were talking about it. And while I was connecting with him, I found out that this person has become a dentist. And I said, "I don't like dentists." He said, "What's your problem with dentists?" And I told him my story. And at the end of my story, I said the name of my dentist. And he said, "Not possible." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "I had that same dentist." He said he was the nicest man in the world. He's the reason that guy became a dentist. He remembers going in there, and his parents didn't have a lot of money. So the dentist would check his tooth, and if it was loose, just yank it out, so he didn't have to actually bill them for it by injecting with anything or using any of his dental equipment. He saw that as a little bit of pain was worth taking to help the family. He saw that dentist was inspiring, helping other kids with challenges they had and helping them with their teeth, that he went on and became a dentist due to the inspiration of my former dentist. Perspective. I saw the meanest little man in the world that I was scared to go to. And for years, I have had issues going to the dentist ever since. He saw an inspiration. So let's talk about perspective and how powerful it can be. We never see the world as it truly is. We see it as we are. Isn't that interesting, right? Two people could go through the same situation. One sees a challenge, one sees an opportunity. One sees criticism, other sees feedback. One sees failure, one sees a lesson that they've learned along the way. So much of our stress, our frustration, our confusion comes from our view, which is probably cloudy. It is cloudy with our history. It is cloudy with our feelings. It is cloudy with our inputs, which gives us a cloudy perspective, right? I walked into the dentist office with dark cloud over me, with fear. He walked in light, sunshine, bright day when he would walk in. And because of it, our perspective was shifted. Same dentist though. The world was the same. We saw it our own way. I want you to take a moment and just imagine something. Picture a beach ball for me, one of those inflatable ones that we blow up. It's got all the different color stripes on it, right? I think there's a blue and a red and a green and a white and a yellow stripe that make this ball up. Well, here, quick, I'm throwing it to you. Catch that ball. Hold it really close to your face. What color do you see? You're going to see whatever color you are thinking about. You just put it up against your face. Well, I'm seeing things through a blue filter of that ball. You might be seeing the same angle I am. Then again, maybe you're seeing the red, the green, the white, the yellow, one of the other colors on that ball. Isn't it interesting? Same ball, different perspective. You could spin it and see different lens colors, or you could just step back from it and see multiple colors. And we could then figure out it's still the same ball. We're just going to be arguing. I see blue, you see red. I see blue, you see red. So let's talk about how we can shift our perspective, because we might need to sometimes, right? How do we control it? Because we can't control the situation. We can control how we see it, right? 3 quick ways. First, ask this question. And what else is true? Ask yourself, what else can be true? If you're frustrated, overwhelmed, stuck, stop and ask yourself, what else could be true right now? Maybe that person wasn't rude. Maybe they were having a tough day. Maybe the feedback isn't attack upon you. It's an invitation to grow. You know, I play pickleball now that I'm living here in Florida, and wherever you are, take up the sport. It's fun. Okay. It's addictive, actually. When I'm on the court, I will get feedback. Now, there are some people who will hear the same thing from the same person as I will hear, and they will take it as an attack. Oh, you think you're better than I am. And then there are some people who want to learn, get better, and doesn't matter who's sharing a point with them, they're going to take it and say, thank you, I'm going to learn from that. Okay? Is it an attack? Is it an invitation to grow? Are they being rude? Did they just have a bad moment recently before that? Think about that. Question 1, what else is true? Question 2, it's not a question. This one, I just want you to change your focus, okay? So your brain is wired to find what you're looking for. So if you're looking for a bad experience, like I was going into the dentist's office, I'm going to find one every single time I go. What if you expect progress? What if you expect a connection to happen? What if you expect a positive outcome? That's probably what you'll find. So when you go into a situation, can you change your focus to shift your perspective to walk away with what you were needing? And number 3, get multiple perspectives, right? Just because someone said that restaurant was fantastic doesn't mean it will make it fantastic for you. It might change your perspective. It might say, someone else saw this differently. What do I need to do? Maybe I just need to say I'm not always right. I just have to be open to other people having other perspectives. Maybe I need to gather a perspective of 3 or 4 people and say, well, if 3 of them saw it positive, 1 saw it negative, I'm seeing it negative. Maybe I'm in the minority. What do I need to look at differently? If you want to change your perspective, you have to find out what else is true. You have to shift your focus, and you have to find other perspectives to compare. Now, how does this apply to your goals? Take a look at a goal you're chasing right now. Think about it for a second. What goal came to mind? Is it one that you're struggling with? One that's frustrating you maybe because you're not achieving it? So are you seeing the situation clearly? Or are you just being emotional and that's clouding your perspective? What would a different perspective reveal? What if you looked at it differently? What if you changed that blue lens to a red lens? Okay. And who could give you a fresh way to look at this? Maybe you need a coach. Maybe you need a confidant. Maybe you need someone to just bounce this idea off of differently instead of always going to the same 1 or 2 people who have the same perspective as you. Okay. The same situation can be a different experience. as soon as you look at it differently. All right, so here's what I want you to take away from today. Two people can see the exact same thing and walk away with completely different stories. It's not always about changing your situation. Sometimes it's about staying put and changing your perspective. Until our next episode, keep looking from different angles. Keep climbing.